Now, the thing about the letter that Paul wrote to the church in Colossae was it was mostly about Jesus. And we're lying down looking up above us because it was all about trying to show that Jesus was above, that he was the most important, higher than all things. A bit like, let me have a look, see if we can flick. A bit like these trees and these clouds and the sky above us. Not that Jesus is physically above us, or God's physically above us, but actually it's higher, it's over all things. All things are connected through him. And that's really important for us, especially where we are, and that sometimes we feel that God might have left us, or we get a bit confused when we look around at the world. But we know, don't we, that God's always with us and he's in control. And so our message today in Colossians chapter 1, the very beginning of the letter, is about hope. And it says we will always have hope because of what God has done for us. And it says hope is a bit like fruit growing on trees. And yeah, it's true. And hope grows. So we're going to talk about a little bit about that in our activity. Hiya, so here's our activity for today. So because we've been talking about hope and hope growing and that real importance of hope at the moment based on Jesus, then we're going to do a picture based on that. Is that all right? Oh, look at that, falling asleep. So what you need is your arm, and you're going to put your arm like that on there, okay? And I am going to draw around Rowan's arm. Ready? Like this. I'm going to draw around Rowan's arm. Okay. So there we go. That's Rowan's arm. Can you see it? And then what I'm going to do is ask Rowan to fill that in with some paint. Now you can colour yours if you want to, or you could actually draw around some coloured paper and do it that way, whichever you've got, whatever you prefer. We're going to paint because we quite like painting, and so we're going to fill that in a colour. Okay, and this is going to be like our hand tree reaching out. Okay, so we're doing really well with that.
Reaching out to the sky like we were talking about in the garden.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
the
really
trees, we're painting a tree.
That's really good. Now, you might have seen lots of other signs of hope around. Has anyone made a rainbow? Yeah, drawn a rainbow. That's a sign of hope as well, isn't it? We've got a rainbow. We'll show you that in a minute.
Hello. Oh.
It's good to be reminded that hope keeps us strong, and hope sometimes we don't always know what it's going to look like. Sometimes we hope for things that we can't see. But Jesus says that our hope is in him. And he is unchanging, and he's always there for us, no matter what happens around us. Now, this is looking really good. Can you see? So we've got this hand hope kind of tree coming. We should have some background music, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Why can't you actually put music on?
Well, I maybe could. I don't know. See what we can do. Couldn't hear us talking though if we have music on, couldn't they?
You can talk. You can make the music quiet.
Yeah, you could. You could. That's looking good. It's looking good. Now we wanted to use brown for our tree. You could use any colour. Oh well, we haven't showed everyone that. We'll show that one in a minute. And we didn't really have a brown. So if you use all the primary colours and you just mix them together, yellow, blue and red, you get brown.
What if you add a bit of green?
You get a greenier brown.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So that is looking awesome. Brilliant. Can you see that, everyone? And then what we're going to do, excellent. I love the way that it's like reaching. That's brilliant.
The music is like
Reach
on the
out for
side.
hope. Excellent. I love that.
Mummy,
Now,
it actually looks like it's the side.
it does. I love that. That's really good. So depending on where you put your hand, you could do also things. You could do a load of them all on a long piece of paper. That would look good as well. Now what you need is a bit of toilet paper or a tissue. And we're going to dab it in some green because we're going to make a fruit tree. Because remember it said about hope produces fruit. And I don't mean real fruit, but it's like things that grow. Hope spreads. So as you hope, other people hope. And we're going to get that picture of that thing that's growing. It's growing.
Mummy, the brown's mixing
Okay,
in.
here we go. No, that's okay though. If a bit of brown mixes in, doesn't matter. So you can wait till it dries, or actually it's quite fun if you get a little bit of mixing in. That's
Yeah,
fine
it's fun.
too. That's it. So we're just enjoying that. We're flicking it everywhere.
And it's banging. Mum, mum,
Yeah, just
mum.
just be able to go on the screen. That's it. That's great. That's great. So you've got all that green. That is looking awesome. And then what you need for your final thing. Oh, I've got an itchy nose. Sorry. Final thing. We're going to put some fruit on our tree.
Blue. A blob.
So,
A blob. Can we get another?
So I've got another piece of
Can we get
tissue.
Can we get another paper?
So Ron needs to dab in there, and just every so often, just
Blob it.
pop. And you might want to make it quite thin actually. So maybe like little apples or little fruit like that. Do you want to have a try?
Okay.
That's it. Oh, might need tissue myself.
Yeah, that's why we actually got tissues.
Well, that is true. There
That's
we
why
go.
tissues are invented.
It's looking amazing.
Is that why tissues are invented?
Probably, yeah. But then we're using them for all sorts of different
Wow.
things. You see, we're being creative. There we go. A bit
Why
more.
was it dipping?
That's great. That's looking great. Okay, when you've done
Yeah.
your fruit, pop that down, and then somewhere on your page, there we go. Look at that. And then somewhere, I love that. And somewhere on your page, you might want to write hope, just to remind yourself, and you might want to put it on your window, just to help people. Pictures speak to people. Sometimes we can't explain words like this,
No, right, hope.
but God uses pictures like this to speak to people and encourage them.
right,
So
hope.
somewhere on your picture, you want to put hope. If you can't write, get someone else to write, or you might want to cut the letters out of a magazine and stick them on. So that would be really good. Just to remind us that hope grows, it produces fruit. And who can we spread our hope to this week? There we go. Look at that.
Hope.
Looking awesome. I did one earlier. Here's mine. So I did my hand, but I actually put a little bit of yellow on mine. Just wanted to make it shine around.
Yellow and black.
Do you know you can do that? You can do that. So enjoy. Please show us your pictures. It would be lovely for you to share them. We'll pop them on our Facebook page as well, and we'll share them round. So let's spread that hope like fruit growing on a tree. See you soon. So if you're a little bit older, you might want to get your Bible and find the book of Colossians, the letter that Paul wrote to the church at Colossae. And if you have a look at the first chapter, that's the bit that we've been looking at today. And you'll be able to have a look at that and remember about the hope that comes from the good news of Jesus. Be encouraged, says Paul. The same hope that he talks about is for us now, today. And actually, it's not a hope that's like, oh, I hope it's sunny today, or, oh, I hope I can go back to school next week. It's not that kind of hope. Not that there's anything wrong with that kind, but God's hope is a hope that lasts forever, that never changes, and actually helps us even when everything around us doesn't look good. And that is worth celebrating.